Today, I wanted to talk about the three main things that are keeping you from scaling your business or growing your business and what you can do to fix those things. All right, so just follow along with me here. I have a little diagram, and let me just talk about the three main keys that kind of get into people's way. The first thing is, and let me know if this is you, you are working 24/7. You started this online gig because you thought it's going to give you all of this freedom, and then all of a sudden, guess what? You are working nonstop. Now that may sound like you. Or what about all of the rabbit holes that you're going through, jumping down into, you hear one guru that talks about this, and then something else pops up, and then you take another training, and then before you know it, you're thinking, well, wait a minute, this isn't working, let me try something else, and you have done such a deep dive, you can't even find your way back up to the surface. And then the last thing that gets into a lot of people's way is your tech. Your tech is probably duct taped, you started out bootstrapping, which is fine, but before you know it, all of a sudden, all of this stuff is just not working. So what is the solution? Let me just bring this over and let's talk about it. I call it my 3S system. And what do I mean by that? You have to have the right systems in place in order to really grow and scale a successful business. The second thing is you have to have the right strategies in place for what's working today. I just heard somebody talk about a depressed economy or a compressed economy. You know, money's tight. People aren't spending like they used to. So you have to be using the latest strategies to get people to even look at what you have to offer. And then the third thing is you have to have the right software if you truly want to grow your business. So I'm just going to take a couple of minutes and talk about what does this mean. So when we talk about systems, the first thing I tell people is if you're going to do something more than twice, you need to look at how can you automate that. And jumping down to software, a lot of times software will allow you to automate it, but sometimes a system is just automating the way you're thinking about something, and you might still be manually doing something, but you have a system in place. Handling all of the emails that come into your inbox. I just did a webinar, and I think it's floating around someplace. You could watch it if you wanted. You can automate a lot of things that you do in your inbox. Okay, let's keep going. I don't want this to go on forever. I'm just trying to give you the highlights here. In your systems, SOPs, standard operating procedures. So again, if you find yourself doing something more than twice, stop and start taking notes. What are you doing? And then before you know it, it's a routine. But let me caution you, the difference between a system and a habit, we just kind of fall into doing it. It may not serve us. Sitting on the couch at 10 o'clock at night, binging on your favorite snack and, Netflix is a habit, but is it serving you? So I tell people that you need to decide in advance. Basically, you're in charge and you're going to create a system that works for you. And it all starts with making some decisions. So again, look at your business. What are you doing more than once? And then just say, okay, let me just jot down what are the steps? How can I automate it if possible? What decisions are going to make? Here's the secret. Once you make that decision, you don't have to make it again. And it's like lightening the load off of your mind. Let me give you a quick example. I make YouTube videos, right? So we have a system in place. I now have a great VA team that helps me. But when I first started out, I had a system step by step, what I did, how I created the thumbnails, what templates I used. And so then when I brought on a team member to help me, these decisions were already made. The standard operating procedure was already in place, and it was super easy to have somebody help me with it. All right. And then the last thing is frameworks. You need to build your business around major frameworks. And those frameworks is what's going to carry your business. All right. So let me just hop over here to strategies. Again, you need to be very selective on what is your marketing strategy? What is your selling strategy? What are your strategies to increase the lifetime value of your customers? Okay, so everything connected with your business, you should have some strategies in place so that you're not going down all of these rabbit holes and you're not being pulled off every time something new. Okay, so you've just seen a commercial and somebody says you need to do webinars, do an evergreen webinar, and then somebody else comes along and they say, no, you need to do a membership, or you should be blogging, you should have a podcast. You know, you're pulled in all of these directions. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with any of those, but you have to decide what are your strategies. And I tell people, one platform, one marketing platform to start with, okay? Is it easy for you to get in front of the camera? Then do some kind of a video marketing like on YouTube. Is it easy for you to write? Create blogs. Is it easy for you just to talk? Create a podcast. But decide what is your strategy for marketing your program. And then the next thing, I do believe in having a value ladder. In other words, have multiple things that will help your ideal person along the way. But as you are growing your business, you need to focus on what is the one thing, your signature program that you're going to be offering. And let me tell you a little secret. Your signature program does not... does not have to be the most expensive thing, but is kind of what you're known for. All right. And then as you're building out your strategies, decide what feels comfortable for you as far as marketing. Because let's face it, remember when I said, you get caught in the trap of working too much, going down those rabbit holes. Just pick one thing, stay super focused, and be consistent. Make that decision, be consistent, and you will see rewards from that. And let's talk about the last thing, software. Now, I'm a tech geek. I'm the first to admit that, but here's the deal. Just like a brick and mortar business, if you bought a franchise, there's certain pieces of that business you must have. You must have like a cash register or a POS system, something to take money from people, right? So there's a few components of that business that you must have. You have to invest in that. The number one thing, the biggest mistake I see is when people are trying to bootstrap. And again, I've been there, I've done that. So I'm going to use this program because it's free. And I'm going to use this program because it only costs me $10 a month. And I'm going to use this. And then all of a sudden you have this Frankenstein system that's all duct taped up. And guess what? Things start breaking. You spend way too much time learning all of these systems, and then it's still not getting you where you want to go. I love using an all-in-one. I don't care. You've got people out there that say, no, don't go with all-in-one. I'll do another video on that some other time. But here's the deal. All-in-one brings everything under one house. No more duct tape. And if you followed any of my videos, my favorite one is Go HighLevel. Now, as of August 2024, been around the block a few times. I've used different softwares. 2 years from now, is that going to be my favorite? I don't know, because technology is always changing. But as of this date, Go HighLevel is where I'm putting my money. That's the number one software that I think people should be using. I have an affiliate link that I'll put below. You could have a 14-day trial if you want. Or you can come under my umbrella where you actually get access to all my templates and things like that, and you just run under my umbrella. But whatever platform, when you're looking at how are you going to run your business, that engine, the software, please look at the all-in-one systems. And the reason is, if you don't have something like this, it's not very easy to scale your business. And when you're first starting out, here's the deal. Takes a while to get that traction, but then once you start getting the traction, that's when you want to be able to scale. And if you have the right software in place, if you have the frameworks in place, guess what? It will be easy to start scaling your business when you have this all in one. And I don't know if this is a word, but templateable, okay? So with Go HighLevel, super easy to have, excuse me, these templates that you can reuse. So for members in my Digital Business Academy and then my clients, I have simple templates that's very easy to lock in, start using, and then the beautiful thing is you can reuse them. So we all need a lead magnet, so I have the simple framework of how to build out this lead magnet. If you're working with me, I have the templates. All you need to do is plug in your information, you're good to go. And the beautiful thing is when you want to offer a second lead magnet, super easy just to reuse that template. Okay, so again, the 3 keys to a successful business, I call it the 3S framework. You must have some good systems in place, and you need to decide on the strategies, one platform, one program, one marketing, and get the right software that you can actually grow with your business. Okay, so I hope this was useful. Again, I'll put links down below if you want to check out the Digital Business Academy. That's where you have me as your coach and tech expert in your back pocket every single day. If you want to jump into one of my coaching programs where we build your program together so that you can hit the ground running. As always, if you happen to catch this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to build my channel and that would mean a lot. All right, take care. See you next time.